Alright, believe it or not, we're going to actually use a tool in this lesson. So, let's go to Edit and Enhance Photos. And we're going to use the Zoom tool in this lesson and the Impressionist Brush tool. The Zoom tool, easy. You could have figured it out on your own, but I'm going to show you anyway. Alright, let's use our shortcut bar here and open. Let's open the blue necklace. You can open anything you have. It doesn't matter what picture it is. It's not going to make a difference with this. Even the past ones that I opened up. Alright, here's a blue necklace for you. So if we choose the zoom tool over here, we click any part of the image, let's say this little clasp here, and it progressively zooms in. As you can see with this particular image, it's not that good a quality, so the more you zoom in, the less detailed it is. So, if we wanted to zoom back out, remember we used this earlier here. It's at 500%. We can use that to go back to whatever percentage we want. But you could also switch from zoom in, the plus sign here, to zoom out. And then, wherever you click, it will zoom out progressively, just as it zoomed in on the photo. And there's also the zoom bar here that you could adjust by just simply pulling it. It's not as accurate because it's just zooming in on the center point. But you can experiment with it. And so once you've selected the zoom tool, you notice that now everything in this bar here pertains to the tool we've selected here. So as we change tools, this bar here will change and give us more options for that tool. So there is there's the zoom tool. Now, the Impressionist Brush tool. Let's exit out of this. And now I'm going to open. You can open anything you want, any picture, photograph. This is of just a mug with a picture of a car on it that I've selected. Now I'm going to grab the Impressionist Brush tool. Now that, if you notice, there's these little carrots in the corners here. This indicates that there's other tools hidden behind the one that you see up front. If there's no carrot, that means there's nothing hidden. Like our zoom tool here, there's nothing else there, along with these other tools. But wherever you see a carrot, there's other tools that are similar in what they do behind that tool. So we're going to go find the brush, which is next to this paint bucket. And if we right-click, we see the tools that are below there. Brush tool, pencil tool, Impressionist brush, color replacement tool. So select the Impressionist brush tool. And now that we've selected that, it gives us some options up here. You can select the type of nib we want on our brush, the size of the brush. I just picked 21 pixels here is fine. And the mode, normal. You can experiment with these as much as you want. The opacity, that's going to depend on how much you're stroking, how much you want it to change. You'll see what I mean. So, once you've selected whatever size you want, 21, like I said, is good for this picture, but the picture you're opening might be something different. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So, once you have it, you start dragging, and if you notice what it's doing as you drag, it's creating an impressionistic look to our picture. I'm sure you're familiar with Impressionism, where it is obviously not clear, but just gives you the impression, leaves more up to the imagination. So you can color as much as you want of the image so it's not as clear and becomes more of an impressionistic painting almost. Now obviously the more you paint over an area, the more the less clear it's going to be. And the less, if you lessen the opacity, then you're going to have to paint a lot more before it gives that gives it an impressionistic look. Takes more strokes to blur it as it's doing. So the more you stroke, the more blurry it is, the more it blends the colors together. So it really depends on your taste, how impressionistic you want to make it. So there's just a couple of tools you can have some fun with, zooming in and out, as well as using the impressionistic brush. Enjoy.